Let's get you caught up on the latest in the Middle East, because the Pentagon now says Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff will publicly address the United States and Israel's joint strikes on Iran later today.
Now, this comes amid concerns of a broader conflict in the Middle East. Rockets blasted over Israeli skies this morning. This after its defense forces exchanged fire with Hezbollah fighters in Lebanon. This comes 3 days after the U.S. and Israel launched strikes against Iran, killing its supreme leader. The Pentagon posted new video of strikes against Iranian targets. This is from overnight. Iran and its proxies have struck back with a barrage of missiles and drones that have been aimed at Israel and American military interests in the region. On Sunday, President Trump again said that the strikes are necessary to stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. He also vowed to avenge the deaths of at least 3 American service members who were killed in retaliatory strikes over the weekend.
Sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved.
The president says that he has 3 people in mind to run Iran, but Iran's top security official says a committee will run the country. The official also pushed back on reports that nuclear talks would resume, posting on social media, "We will not negotiate with the United States." There is a poll out from Reuters, and it shows that most Americans oppose President Trump's strikes in Iran. Disapproval rating 43%, 27% say the president did the right thing. Break it down by political party, 55% of Republicans sided with the president versus 7% of Democrats.
And here in Minnesota, Iranians are reacting to that news from overseas.
Many are torn between hope for change and worry for loved ones who are caught in the middle.
Our Barrett Leone joining us live in Minneapolis, sharing their perspective this morning. Barrett?
Yeah, right now, from thousands of miles away, Iranians living in Minnesota are feeling a lot of emotions. It's a mix of grief and hope. Some are believing that this is the start of a liberation, others fearful of the future. Like so many of us, on Saturday, Hamid Kassani woke up to the news. Iran is his homeland, and he worries for his loved ones still there. He's a part of a group called the Minnesota Committee in Support of a Democratic Iran, which posted a statement on Saturday saying the country's people are united against fascism that rules their country and are striving to establish a democratic government. Kassani says it's a long, tragic story starting decades ago. Others, like Kataoun Umjadi, aren't sure violence is the answer. She believes American military intervention will create turmoil. Protesters in Minneapolis over the weekend echoed her concerns.
You catch your breath and you go, okay, here we go. It started. Now what? It's really heartbreaking to know that things are happening quickly and violently, and we are just bystanders standing there watching and not knowing what's going to happen.
I don't understand how bombing and killing and destruction can bring any liberation. Yeah, there's no hope. I don't think so. This is the beginning of regional conflict, if not the beginning of World War III.
Of course, as strikes from the U.S. and Israel continue and Iran strikes back, there are worldwide ramifications here. And coming up in the next half hour, we'll break down how this could impact the economy closer here to home.
It certainly could. All right, Barrett Leone with that update in Minneapolis. Barrett, thank you. And right now, more than 200 troops from the Minnesota National Guard are in the Middle East. The Guard has not said where for safety, but said no local troops were hurt or killed.
Well, let's head on over to the very latest from the live desk. We have Marissa Lisignoli there now, following the agenda for state lawmakers at our Capitol today.
That's right. One of the bills the House Health and Finance Committee will discuss today could establish a new Office of Gun Violence Prevention within the Department of Health. Here's a summary of the bill. It would coordinate efforts to reduce gun violence and related trauma, coordinate and conduct research on causes of and responses to gun violence, collect data on gun-related incidents and deaths in Minnesota, create public health campaigns on the effects of reducing gun violence, and build partnerships to serve as a resource to the legislature on gun violence prevention legislation. The committee is meeting to discuss the bill at 1 this afternoon. We'll be following it and update you as we learn more.
All right, Maria, thank you.
That was one of dozens of arrests outside the Whipple Federal Building just yesterday. Tense moments following what was a peaceful anti-ICE march. State Patrol says it stepped in after people threw rocks and ice chunks at law enforcement. We're told nearly 40 people were booked into jail. It comes 2 weeks after the Fed said Operation Metro Surge was ending, but community members say the impacts are still being felt.
My call to Minnesotans is keep being brave, keep showing up for our neighbors. There are many people who are still in hiding. There are many people who don't have the means to put the food on their table. Keep donating, doing mutual aid, caring for each other.
That march, part of a week of action led by local organizers. Now, it's uncertain how many federal agents are still in Minnesota. According to a U.S. District Court filing from February 23rd, roughly 970 federal agents were in the state last Monday. The filing says the federal government expected 300 agents remaining by March, but it's unclear if that has happened and how long those 300 officers would remain. 190 agents usually cover Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, and the Dakotas.
A Minnesota man is expected to be sentenced today. This is after the death of a local student athlete 4 years ago. Deshaun Hill, he was shot and killed in 2022. He was just 15 years old. He was a star quarterback at Minneapolis North High School. Last month, Cody Ferencam pleaded guilty. This was just one day into his second murder trial for the case. Under the plea deal, he's expected to serve 28 years in prison. Now, this afternoon, he is expected to be formally sentenced.
An enormous loss for a small town community in northern Minnesota. A police officer and father of two suddenly died after a tragic diagnosis. East Range police say Sergeant Cody Siebert passed away Friday, less than 24 hours after being diagnosed with a brain infection. The devoted father is being remembered for his happy-go-lucky personality, who they say could get along with anyone. Donations are pouring in to support his wife and two sons, who are just 1 and 2 years old. Before his death, the police department in northern Minnesota only had 7 officers. It says Siebert started the K-9 unit in Babbitt before he moved to East Range. He was also a K-9 officer in Mesabi East Schools. In a post online, the district says it was, quote, truly blessed to have him walking our halls, calling him a mentor, role model, friend, and positive presence in the Giants community. Funeral arrangements have not been shared just yet.